Hey friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Abby. If you hit on this video, that means you want to see me build my burlap cabinet. But before we go into business, I just want to give a shout out to my family and friends for supporting me and giving me tips and tricks on how to make a video. This is my first video and also my first time building such a big project. So thank you all so much for your love and support. Without further ado, let's go. Before I start anything, I go to my favorite app called SketchUp. This is not an ad. It's really easy to use. It shows you all the measurements and also give you a 3D look of how you want to build it. You can do so much more in this app. I'm an amateur. I'm just drawing, wood pieces. Let's go. Here are the materials that I use. The most expensive thing is the plywood. I think normally when there's no COVID, it was cheaper. It was around $30, but all in all, this project cost me $100. To get my supplies, I went to Home Depot and have them cut my wood sheet to size. I could not fit the whole 4x8 plywood into my sedan, so I had them cut it. They were very, very nice. They cut it all to size and it was free of charge. After that, I took it back and I made sure to put pocket holes on two sides of the cabinet. It's on the left and the right. I didn't want any holes going on my top face and my bottom face because I didn't want to spend any time making it perfect on top, on the top face. So it's just easier to put pocket holes on the side. After screwing pocket holes on two of my sides, I brought it inside, and as you can see, the top and the bottom is on my left and right, and I'm just putting in my side pieces. I'm using Gorilla Glue. It's one of the strongest glue, and you should probably use a brush, but I don't know. I just used my fingers. It didn't hurt me. And then this is your best friend, clamps. Right here, they keep everything in place. And what I do is I let it sit for 20 minutes, and then I came back with my drill and I drilled the pocket holes in. There is 3 holes in each sides, top and bottom, so a total of 16 holes. Well, dude, I am terrible at math. It's 12 holes. After that, I came out and measured my legs. I want them all 4 inches long. These were my 2x2s from my last project, from Rocky's food bowls. I didn't finish using the legs, so I went ahead and just saved some money and built the legs with the 2x2s that I have left. After I cut my legs, it was ready to put on to my cabinet. I turned it over to the bottom side and I glued it with Gorilla Glue again. Left it for 30 minutes until they were stable. Then I turned it around. This was not videoed, so I apologize. Basically, I turned it around to where it was standing on its feet, and then I screw it down with just normal screws so that it would hold it. It would hold it in place. After building the legs, it was time to build the bags. I laid plywood sheet down. These are 1x4 plywood that I bought from Home Depot. It's a 1/4 inch 2x4, that's what I mean. And then I just put them together, made sure that they were centered, and drew the borders. Rocky is definitely helping me. After I drew it, I took it outside. This is my patio. It's real small, but I make it work. Pulled out my circular saw and just went ahead and cut where I drew. This was where I could have done things better. I did not use my glue. I should have used Gorilla Glue to hold the wood down with the clamps itself, because when I turned it over and when I started painting, there was gaps between the face itself and the back sheet. If I had put glue, I wouldn't need to put any wood filler. Now it's time to screw in my shelf holes. I use the pegboards to help me know where I want to screw. This way my shelf will be level, and using a Sharpie, I kind of mark where I want my holes to go in the front side and the back side. To do the right side of the shelf, I just flip it around, and notice I did kind of mark the back side of the pegboard This way when I turn it around, I know exactly which hole I circled and I just go ahead and screw the holes in. After that, it was time to put the shelves in. It was challenging because I had put the shelf pins the other way around than it was supposed to go. As you can see right here, it's like an L shape. It's supposed to be upside down, but eventually I figured it out. Door building is a little bit tricky, but here are my hinges. I put my hinges on the side where my doors are gonna go, and then I clamp the door frame down. This will give me a right measurement of how wide I need my doors to go. And these are the front frames where the two doors will meet. A good hack is taking 10 playing cards and putting them between the doors that they're gonna meet. This way, when the doors open, they will not touch each other. And then I'm measuring the size of the wood with the card. This way I know exactly how much to subtract. And then I measure the total length from one end to the other of the door frame. Math time. Take the total length, subtract it by the length of the frame that's gonna meet where I had put the cards down earlier. And then what you want to do is you divide it by 2 and then you get your length. I make sure that I check it before I cut it because I did make a mistake earlier. So I put the tape measure, the length that I was gonna cut, and I put it on one side. Without moving the middle pieces, I moved my tape measure to the other side and it fits perfectly. And if it does, that means that is the correct side. Time to do the burlap. I did a mistake here. I should have painted it before I stapled in my burlap, but it's a good way just to show you how I did it. I did have to pry everything up and then paint it, then staple it back. But it's easy, you just gotta staple in the middle, one side first, and then what you wanna do is you wanna pull tight. It's important to pull tight in the middle and then work your way out. Since it's burlap, it moves a little. If you're using cane, then it wouldn't move as much as a burlap would. Like I said, pull from middle again, then work your way out. Make sure to put as much staple as you can. It'll just make the hold stronger. And then cut off the sides of the burlap. Here's one thing though, if I wanted to make it really, really pretty from the inside, I could go and buy a 1/4 of an inch wood sheet to kind of cover it from the inside. This way you will not be able to see the burlaps. So putting up the doors is a little bit tricky if you want to do it yourself. If you have somebody to help you, then that'd be perfect. But I did put on the other side and I forgot to show it to you guys. And this is just a rookie mistake. I did not take videos of everything that I did. But I did put a Sharpie first where I wanted my nails to go and where my hinges was gonna go. I used my legs to prop the door up while I was doing this. And this is the satisfying part. My door closed and opened without touching each other, and it wasn't touching any frame. And this is the non-painted version. Here it is, guys. The painted version of my door. As you can see, I don't have hinges on there. And that's because I did buy the hinges. It just disappeared from my house. I don't know where it went. I might have accidentally thrown it away in the trash can, but when I find it, I will put it on. So there it is, guys. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I had so much fun building this project. Just a big shout out to everybody who voted on my social media to kind of push me to start a YouTube channel. Thank you all for your love and support and your kind words. Big shout out to my families back home, my friends back home, and also my husband for supporting me, giving me the confidence to do this. So yeah, go ahead and like and subscribe, comment if you have any, tips and tricks to help me improve. Also say hi to me. Thank you guys. I hope you guys have a good one. Thank you. Bye.